The lowest part is globus minor. Globus minor, or it is the chorda epididymis. Chorda epididymis. Then come to the function of epididymis. What is the actual function of it? This epididymis help in functional maturation. Then what do you mean by functional maturation? Let's see. The seminiferous tubules are the actual organ where the sperms are formed. After formation of sperm, they enter into the epididymis. At this time, the sperm do not have any type of motility. So how they come? They come through the pressure of fluid. The fluid that is exerted from the seminiferous tubule puts a pressure for carrying sperm into the epididymis. At this epididymis, the fluid get absorbed. After absorption of fluid, the motility, the fluid absorbed. After absorption of fluid, the motility of sperm increases. The motility, the sperms now became movable. Motility increases. This condition is called as functional maturation of sperm. It is all about epididymis. From the chorda epididymis, a long muscular duct and let's see what is after the epididymis. From either side of epididymis, it is found that two long muscular tubes arises. These muscular tubes are called as vas deferens or ductus deferens. The vas deferens again entered into abdominal cavity. This cavity, the cavity is abdominal cavity, it enters through inguinal canal. This ductus deferens only help in carrying the matured sperm into the abdominal cavity. Inside the abdominal cavity, what happened? It formed a loop. This is the urinary bladder. This urinary bladder, around the urinary bladder, the two vas deferens form loop. The loop dilated, forming ampulla. On either side, there are two ampulla on either side. The ampulla help in temporary storage of sperm. This is the urinary bladder. Below urinary bladder on either side, there are two ampulla. The ampulla leads to two pouch-shaped glands on either side. These are called as seminal vesicles. We will be discussing about these accessory glands. First of all, see the structures. What are these organs? The seminal vesicle and the vas deferens after ampulla united, forming a short duct. This duct is called as ejaculatory duct. The ejaculatory duct on either side, it meets, forming urethra. The urethra comes out through a gland. This is called as prostate gland. The urethra passes through the male sex organ or penis. Let's discuss what are the functions of these organs, accessory organs. This urethra passes through the male sex organ, which is called as penis. The male sex organ here It is formed of three cylindrical masses of erectile tissues. The outer two tissues, erectile tissues, are called as corpora cavernosa. Corpora cavernosa. The inner layer through which the urethra passes actually is called as corpus spongiosum. Corpus spongiosum. The part of the urethra inside the prostate is called as prostatic urethra, then membranous urethra, then penile urethra. The length is variable. There are three different parts of urethra. What are these? The first part is prostatic urethra, which accounts about 4 to 5 centimeter. The second part, that is between the prostate gland and between the penis, the membranous urethra, it is about 1 centimeter. Below the membranous urethra, the urethra that passes through the penis is called as penile urethra, which is about 15 centimeter. The length of penis is also 15 centimeter. Okay, is it clear? The corpora cavernosa are the outermost layer. The corpus spongiosum is the middle spongy layer. The corpora cavernosa is not extended up to the tip of penis. The corpus spongiosum has been extended, forming a bulbous structure. This part is called as, glans. This is called as glans penis. The glans is only formed of corpus spongiosum, mark it. But corpora cavernosa, all these three are erectile tissue, 2 layers on either side, one is central. Okay. The corpus spongiosum terminates at meatus, that is urethral meatus or urethral opening. The glans is covered by another skin covering, which is called as, the skin covering is called as prepuce. This is called as prepuce. Since the penis is the male sex organ, which is 15 to 20 centimeter in length. Okay, it helps in deposition of sperm into the female's body. Is it okay? Then let's discuss about what are the different functional glands and their function. What are the accessory glands? We have told it, this is the seminal vesicle, prostate gland. On eye below, just at the base of the penis, there are a pair of corpus glands. Corpus glands are present. And another type of glands are present at the inner surface of prepuce, called as Tyson's gland or preputal glands. These are modified mucous glands. Let's come to discuss the function of seminal vesicle. There are 2 pouch-shaped glands present on either side of urinary bladder, below urinary bladder. These are pouch-shaped convoluted glands. Okay. The major part of semen has been contributed by the seminal vesicle. What are the functions? The seminal vesicle accounts about 70% of semen. The pH is about 7.3. It gives the major nutrient, that is fructose. It protects spermatozoa by producing prostaglandins. It also produces citrate, inositol, certain proteins, certain ions like calcium, major amount, magnesium, and a very small amount of iron. iron. The proteins or enzymes which are produced from the seminal vesicle include lytic enzymes and hyaluronidase in small amount of hyaluronidase and lytic enzymes. Except that the seminal vesicle produces fibrinogen. What is the function of fibrinogen? The fibrinogen help in coagulating sperm. What is the need for coagulation? अगर स्पर्म कोआगुलेट नहीं होगा तो ये मूवमेंट करके उसका सभी एनर्जी खत्म हो जाएगा. जब फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव ट्रैक्ट को जाएगा तो इसका एनर्जी लेवल 0 हो जाएगा. इसलिए for this reason only the fibrinogens are produced from the seminal vesicle which form a clogging material. The spermatozoa became clogged. It is all about seminal vesicle. The pH is alkaline. It neutralizes the acidic condition and protect the spermatozoa with nutrient. These are the contents. Let's come to prostate gland. It is a single hard gland present at the base of urethra, present below urinary bladder. The prostate gland also produces alkaline fluid. The pH is between 7.3 to 7.4. The prostate gland also produces major amount of alkaline secretion. The prostate help in maintaining activation of sperm. It produces a low secretion. The major content of prostate is fibrinolysin. We have already discussed the fibrinogen help in clotting of spermatozoa, forming a squeezed material. When the sperm is ejaculated, that means when it enter into female body, then the fibrinolysin split the clot. So फीमेल रिप्रोडक्टिव ऑर्गन को जाने के टाइम में ये क्या होगा ना, ये फिर से अनक्लॉग हो जाएगा, सो दैट द स्पर्म कैन रिटेन देयर मोटिलिटी अगेन. द क्लॉटेड मटेरियल इज अगेन कन्वर्टेड इनटू सेमी सॉलिड सब्सटेंस, into fluid materials. The fluid material is maintained by fibrinolysin. Along with it also contains some amount of calcium, magnesium ions, which are essential for activation of spermatozoa. Then come to another pair of glands called as Copper's gland, present on either side of urethra at the base of penis. What is its function? The Copper's gland maintain the alkaline pathway. The urine is acidic. When the urine passes to urethra, a thin layer of acidic urine remain on either side. The mucus, Copper's gland produces a jelly-like mucus which maintain the urethral path alkaline for passage of spermatozoa at the time of ejaculation. It maintains the pathway of spermatozoa only. Then after Copper's gland, there is preputal gland or Tyson's gland. The preputal glands in musk deer, where in case of male, the odor is due to this gland, preputal gland. The preputal gland produces this preputal gland. It helps in producing odor to the spermatozoa. It also produces a mucus because the preputal gland is a modified mucus gland. So all these contents togetherly combine to produce semen. At one ejaculation, there are 3 to 4 ml of semen ejaculated, and each ejaculation of semen has the semen At each ejaculation, 3 to 4 ml are produced. Each ml consists of 20 to 120 millions of spermatozoa, out of which the motility is confined to some of the spermatozoa. When there are less sperm count, the condition is called as oligospermia. Oligospermia. The sperm number is less number of sperm. Then another abnormal condition is azoospermia. Azo means few. When there are few number of sperm, it is called as azoospermia. Another is asthenospermia. Asthenospermia. When the sperm with reduced motility, it is called as asthenospermia. It is all about the accessory structures of male reproductive system, and it is completed now. So thank you all for watching this video. If any doubt, you can send it through inbox. Thank you all. Bye bye for the next.